I feel like I need to find a negative about it, but I can't. Hey guys, it's Kylie. Welcome back to my channel. It is Halloween. Happy Halloween. And it is covered in snow outside, so that is not going to be fun for trick-or-treating tonight. Today I am so excited because I finally got my Tati Beauty palette in the mail this morning, so I wanted to film with it right away. I wanted to show you the packaging that it came in. I don't know why I was surprised because I thought it was just a black box when it first arrived, but I think it's just, you got Tati Beauty up here, you got your picture of Tati, and then there's a little note in there. I think it's really cool. I think it's, I've never seen packaging like that when you order something. I guess I've never ordered something specifically from the brand. I always order through Ulta and Sephora. Besides Jeffree Star, I did get Jeffree Star's box, which was pretty cool too, but I don't know. I thought it was a little different. It was really cute. Nice to have it personalized. This is the palette itself. I've already got fingerprints on it. Oopsies. Is that fingerprints? I don't know what it is. I think it's fingerprints. So it's the same texture as the actual palette, which is that soft matte, and I love that. I don't know if I have any other palettes with this, but I just love the feeling of it. The only downside to it, which I truly do not care about, but I've heard other people complain about, is, like I said, you can see my fingerprints on the unicarton here. This is gonna get dirty. But to me, it's an eyeshadow palette. I expect it to get dirty. I don't care about that stuff. So inside, if you have not already seen the palette, which I mean pretty much everybody has, you get a ginormous mirror. I love it so much, how giant and good quality it is. It's really awesome. So this is the palette itself. The camera does not do it justice. I mean, in person, it's a very basic eyeshadow palette. It's the Tati Beauty, what's it called? The Neutrals. What's this called? Neutrals. It's the Neutrals palette, right? Why doesn't it say the name on it? Isn't it just the Neutrals Volume 1? I know it's the Tati Beauty Volume 1. That's what it says, but it doesn't say Neutrals. But I thought it was called the Tati Beauty Neutrals Volume 1 or something like that. So anyways, it's all neutral colors. These are not colors that you haven't seen before. If you don't need another palette with these colors in it, that's fine. Not a big deal. This palette isn't for you. But me personally, I feel like it's been a while for a palette to come out with neutrals, and I mean this has more than just neutrals. You've got your pops of colors, you've got your glitter, you've got your sequins. There's so much going on with it, but I feel like it's been such a while that I've gotten a really good quality neutrals palette, so I'm excited for this. The other thing I like about this palette too is it folds completely in half, so it's easy to handle. The only thing is then your fingerprints are probably going to get all over the mirror. Instead of having each shade individually names, she has it set out in like the formula and then color stories. So we've got Memory, Ritual, Story, Soothe, Aura, and Poet. And then from bottom up, we have matte shades, sequin shades, metallic shades, and glitter shades. I love this so much. I think it's so cool that, one, it's organized, and two, it's like B12. It reminds me of bingo. Like you're looking for B12. Which shade is B12? Just me? I don't know. I just think it's neat that you have the same shade range, but in different formulas for each thing. I think that's so cool, and I think that's so different. So I am gonna do some swatches, even though you can find swatches in a million different places. Check out Tati's video herself explaining the formulas and how they work best and everything too. But I'm gonna swatch them on my hands, mostly because I wanna figure out what I wanna use. I'm gonna go in with Memory first. So this first row is Memory. From top to bottom, it's the matte, sequin, metallic, and glitter. This next row is Ritual. Again, the same from top to bottom. It's matte, sequin, metallic, and glitter. These are so gorgeous. This is Soothe. This might be one of my favorite rows, as simple as it is. The Soothe sequin is so gorgeous. Alright, that is all the swatches. I am so impressed just by the swatches alone. They all swatch so buttery and so smooth, and those, my favorites are the sequins and the glitters. I really think the mattes are so buttery and so amazing, and I can't wait to see how they blend on the eyes. But the looks of the sequins and the glitters is just so amazing. And the glitters as well, being able to just run my finger across my hand so easy and it turn out so beautifully. I love it so much. Every shade in here is so beautiful. When you're looking at the palette initially, it's like, yeah, it's just a bunch of neutral shades, cool. And a lot of people don't get excited about it. But when you swatch these shades, like that Aura Aura sequin shade is so, so beautiful. I don't know, there's just so many shades in here I love so much, and they are very unique. The sequin shades themselves, it's basically a matte shade with shimmer in it or glitter in it, and they are so beautiful. I'm just very excited to use this palette. I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm gonna do yet, so we're just gonna dive in and start using the palette and see how it works. I don't know what this eyeshadow brush is, so I'm not gonna tell ya, but I'm gonna start with the Aura matte shade and just keep that more towards the brow bone to lighten that area up. Next, I'm going to take a Lexi 250 large eye blending brush and go in the Soothe matte shade and bring that all around in my crease. Next, I'm going to use a Moto Studio eye brush and go in with the Story Matte and start packing this on the outer corner. Next, I want to see how the sequin story shade works. So I'm basically going to start about in this area. I'm not going to take it as far out as the outer corner because I'm going to cover that up probably with a darker shade anyways, but I'll bring it from the outer corner towards the middle as well. I feel like that sequin shade is way more pigmented than the matte. I feel like I lost a lot of that glitter too, so let me use my finger and see. Oh yeah, if you use your finger and pat it on, then all the glitter stays. Even though I used a packing brush to pack it on, it still took that glitter away. So if you want to keep the glitter from the sequin shades, make sure you are using your finger. But I'm going to do the same thing since I used a brush on that side. I'm also going to use a brush to initially pack it on. Because if you do one thing on one eye, you want to do the same thing on the other, or you are going to come out with two different looks. So far, all the shades are very pigmented, very easy to blend out. So definitely go in with a light hand when you are going with the shades initially, because it's a lot easier to build them up than to bring them down. And I barely even touched my brush into that sequin shade, and it was like, wow. I'm going to move over to the smooth sequin using my fingertip, and I'm going to pack that basically in the inner space where I have blank right now. I'm just loving at how pigmented and easily buildable these are so far. I'm now gonna dip into the Story Metallic. I guess let's try to put it over the shade we just put over. I probably should have just went in straight with that one. I'm now gonna take kind of a pencil brush and go in with the Aura Metallic and put that in the inner corner. Ooh, yeah, that's gorgeous. Ooh. I'll pop it on the upper brow as well. And then last, I'm gonna go in with the Story Glitter, taking a little bit on here, and I'm gonna pack that in the inner corner. Ooh, I got a little bit of fallout, but I also did go in pretty heavy with my finger, and I did not need to at all. So now I'm going to take a Morphe M507. If I'm not naming the brush, it's because I don't know what the brush is called. And then I'm going to go in with the Ritual Matte shade and just go on the outer corner, the very outer V, just to deepen that up a little bit more. Next, I'm going to take Soothe Sequin and run that against the lash line a little bit. Then I'm gonna also take the Matte Story. And then last on this Luxie 221 flat definer, I'll take the shade Ritual Matte and run that against my lash line. This brown, these mattes are so good and so dangerous. Like, they're so pigmented, you need to go in with a very light hand. I'm going to take my KKW Beauty eyeliner in the shade Rust. It's this beautiful rusty orange shade, and line real quick. Okay, cool. So this is the final look. What do you think? Now, final thoughts on this palette. Is it worth it? Should you get it? You know, to me, I am so glad I have this palette, and this will be probably an everyday palette because, again, it's a neutrals palette. Like, you can use it every day. If you want to make it a simple daytime makeup look, you have those shades. If you want to go glam and do that sparkle, you have that there. The other thing too is with this palette and all the glitters in here, I'm comfortable wearing these glitters on my eye. When you buy ColourPop shadows, the glitter in those are so chunky and so not eye safe. Now, I'm not sure if these are technically eye safe or not, but they're so much finer that I'm more comfortable with putting them on my eye every day and wearing the glitter. ColourPop shades, no shade against ColourPop because I love ColourPop, but like those glitters, I would rather wear these ones any day. They went on so easy, so well. I don't even have, oh yeah, I do. I have some glitter on my face. So if you're worried about that, go ahead and do your foundation last. That's not a big deal, I don't think. And then I don't know how much glitter you'd actually have fallout wise, because I know when I was putting on the glitter, I did have a little much on my finger, so it was falling. So if you're afraid of that happening, just do your foundation last, not a big deal. The other thing about this palette is, like I said, it's a neutrals palette. A lot of people have these colors, but the thing with this is it is still so unique. With not only just the setup of the palette, the sequin shades are shades that I do not see very often, and these are so good, pigmented. Everything in here blends out so well. When you're initially looking at it, yes, it's like, oh cool, those look pretty, but then when you swatch them and then when you wear them on your eyes, it's like, wow, now those are good. Like I said, I feel like it's been a while for me personally that I've had an eyeshadow palette that's super good quality with neutrals that I can use as an everyday palette. My everyday palette is still my Lorac Mega Pro 2, or the white one, 3, that I've got years ago, because there's nothing that worked better than that. And it's still a great eyeshadow palette, but the pans are so small. I'm running low on ones that I use all the time, so this is a fantastic one for me. Even if you have shades like this in your collection already, if you have the orange tones, if you have neutrals, like I said, there's so much uniqueness about this, because do you have a sequin orange? Do you have a sequin brown? Like the sequin white? I don't know. Do ya? I don't. This is her first palette. It's the Textured Neutrals. That's what it's called. Textured Neutrals, Volume 1. It's called Neutrals for a reason. And neutrals is very fitting for Tati. That's what she wears. If I ever came out with an eyeshadow palette, I would want to come out with an eyeshadow palette that had shades in it that I wore, not, you know, crazy shades that I would never touch. You know what I mean? This is a very wearable, everyday palette that will never go out of style. Personally, I can't wait for her next item. However long I have to wait, I don't care. I feel like I will continue to always buy her stuff. I love it so much. I'm so happy I got it. Everything in here is beautiful. The blendability of everything, the pigmentation of everything. I didn't have any problems with really fallout in here. I mean, nothing other than the normal, I guess. They're just all so buttery. I don't know. I can't really find a negative. I guess one negative, which isn't a negative to me, is, like I said, the texture of the palette itself is the texture that's going to get dirty fast. So you can see I've already got eyeshadow, you know, all over, and the palette is dirtied up, but to me, I don't care. It shows that this palette is very well loved. That doesn't bother me. If I have a clean palette, that means it's not touched. I don't know. I feel like I need to find a negative about it, but I can't. I love it. If you guys got this palette, let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know if you're debating on getting this palette. What are your pros and cons about it? Pros and cons about why or why you won't buy it. Again, I think that the biggest thing that people say about this and why they don't want it is because they think, oh, another boring neutrals warm tones palette, but it's not. It's not boring at all. It is so unique and I love it. 10 out of 10, would recommend. I love Tati. Even if I didn't love Tati, this is a fantastic palette. She did a wonderful job. I honestly didn't expect anything less of her because I feel like she is such a perfectionist. I can't wait for the next stuff to come out. I'm so excited. Again, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have the palette, if you like the palette, if you don't like the palette, if you're gonna get the palette, if you're not gonna get the palette, and I wanna know why. You know, tell me all the things. Let's discuss. All right, that's it for today. We will see you in the next one. Bye.